Hi everyone, it's Miss Kristy from East Pennsboro Library. Happy Friday and almost the weekend. Today I have my happy bracelet on with my smiley faces. Today I'm going to read another Dr. Seuss story from the Sneetches and Other Stories, and I'm reading this with permission from Random House Book Company in New York. Today I'm going to read What Was I Scared of? And when we get a little further in the story, I'm going to show you a little craft that you can make to go along with your story. What was I scared of? Here's our little guy. Well, I was walking in the night and I saw nothing scary, for I have never been afraid of anything, not very. Then I was deep within the woods, when suddenly I spied them. I saw a pair of pale green pants with nobody inside them. I wasn't scared, but yet I stopped. What could those pants be there for? What could a pair of pants at night be standing in the air for? So there he is walking along, and then he stops. Look, there's a pair of pants with nobody in them. So look what Miss Kristy's craft for this book is: a pair of pale green pants that is like a little marionette puppet that you can make walk along. And I'll show you what I did when we're done reading the story. So back to where we were. What could a pair of pants at night be standing in the air for? And then they moved those empty pants. They kind of started jumping. And then in my heart, I must admit, it kind of started thumping. So I got out. I got out fast as I could go, sir. I wasn't scared, but pants like that I did not care for. No, sir. So there he is running away from the pants that were chasing him. Sure, he didn't skip a page. Nope, so he's running away from the pants. After that, a week went by. Then one dark night in Greenwich, I had to do an errand there and fetch some Greenwich spinach. Well, I had fetched the spinach. I was starting back through town when those pants raced around the corner and they almost knocked me down. I lost my Greenwich spinach, but I didn't even care. I ran for home. Believe me, I had really had a scare. Now, bicycles were never made for pale green pants to ride them, especially spooky pale green pants with nobody inside them. So look, he dropped the spinach because the pants were coming on a bike with nobody inside them. Pretty scary. And the next night, I was fishing for doubt trout on Rover River when those pants came rowing toward me. Well, I started into a shiver. And by now I was so frightened that I'll tell you, but I hate to. I screamed and rode away and lost my hook and line and bait too. So everywhere he goes, the pale green pants are there. I ran and found a brickle bush. I hid myself away. I got brickles in my breeches, but I stayed there anyway. I stayed all night the next night too. I'd be there still, no doubt, but I had to do an errand. So the next night I went out. So you look, he stayed in a brickle bush. Brickle bushes have all those little needles on that hurt. So he's hiding, but he had another errand to do. I wonder if he'll see the pale green pants. What do you think? I had to do an errand, had to pick a peck of snide in a dark and gloomy snide field that was almost 9 miles wide. Look at that. I said, I do not fear those pants with nobody inside them. I said and said and said those words. I said them, but I lied to them. So he really is afraid of those pale green pants with nobody inside them. I guess so. Then I reached inside a snide bush, and the next thing I knew, I felt my hand touch someone, and I'll bet you know who. It's pale green pants. And there I was, caught in the snide, and in that dreadful place, those spooky empty pants and I were standing face to face. I yelled for help, I screamed, I shrieked, I howled, I yelled, I cried. Oh, save me from these pale green pants with nobody inside. It's very, very scared. See what happens. But then, a strange thing happened. Why, those pants began to cry. Those pants began to tremble. They were just as scared as I. I never heard such whimpering, and I began to see that I was just as strange to them as they were strange to me. So he's running from the pants all that time, and really the pants are just as afraid of him as he is of them. I put my arm around their waist and sat right down beside them. I calmed them down, poor empty pants with nobody inside them. Now look, he's made a new friend. They're becoming friends. They did not realize, even though they were different than each other, that they were both very, very scared of each other, and they shouldn't have been. And now we meet quite often, those empty pants and I, and we never shake or tremble. We both smile and we say, hi. Look. So now they're not afraid anymore. What a great Dr. Seuss story that we don't hear too often. Now, Miss Kristy wants to show you that I made a pair of pale green pants to help me tell the story, and you can make a pair too. The template for the pant cutout will be available on our website for the library, eastpennsburobranch.org, and it will also be available on our Facebook page. All I did was use the template, and I took some pale green paper, cut out some pants, and then I took some regular green paper and cut it just a little longer to make it look like a shadow, and I put a little bling on it. 2 sticks X-shaped glued together, string hanging down, and then it walks just like a little puppet. So let me just share with you what that actual pattern looks like. Here's what the pattern actually looks like. And that will also be available, like I said, on our website for the library and also on our Facebook page. 2 reminders at the end of this story, guys. First one is, had to get my Mickey Mouse watch out because it's time to set our clocks back. Wait. No, ahead. Fall back, spring ahead. So you have to set your clock ahead 1 hour. Also, as I always remind you, we're getting so close to being able to actually meet each other and see each other, because I can't wait to see everyone at the library when we can actually do things together. But I like this too. So I have to remind you, another new mask that my niece got for me. Love it, love it. Be the star that you are, and make sure that you mask up when you go out in public so I can see you really soon. Have a great weekend.